Greetings, barbecue family. Welcome to another live episode of the Backyard SmokeMaster Barbecue podcast. I'm your host, Kenyatta Robinson, and I'm very happy to be joined by my lovely wife, Jeannine. Welcome back to the podcast. How you doing?
Tired.
Well, that's kind of how it usually goes, at the end of the long work week, by the time we get to the podcast, definitely a little bit tired, but I don't know, I'm always excited and happy, to be back on the podcast and back talking about, my favorite topic, barbecue. So glad you're able to join us, and greetings to everyone who is tuning in. As I always say every week, you guys are the engine that drives the show. So whether you're tuning in live from YouTube or Facebook, I definitely invite you to please join in with your comments, your questions. We have a pretty good topic today, but if anything comes up that strikes your fancy that's related to barbecue, don't be shy. Definitely jump in with your questions. And let's say hello to good friend of the show, Joe. Q Bellies says sup, y'all. So glad to have you. Thanks for tuning in. And then we've also got Jeff. Actually, Jeff, Joe, they're both members of the Backyard SmokeMaster Society. So I have to also dap you guys up for that. So Jeff says, greetings all. So very happy to see you, Jeff. And here's another member of the society, correctional officer for lockdown, Mr. Bruce says, good evening, Kenyatta and Jeannine.
Hey now.
This is a great topic. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Today we have I think is a pretty timely topic. And I wasn't surprised when I told Jeannine about the topic that she wanted to get in on it, especially since she's the primary shopper for the family.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about how to be practical and master barbecue on a budget. Definitely when it comes to barbecue, you can really go crazy. You can go wild if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to break the bank in order to have a really nice barbecue, and have it be effective and tasty. So let's jump right into this one. Let's see what we got here. I got some few things that we put up on a slide, and we're being assisted by producer daughter Erin. So I have to give her a shout out. All right, Erin, let's get to the first slide. Let's jump right in this. All right. So this one I think is pretty, pretty obvious, but if it's not, we're going to say it anyway. When I mentioned the topic to Jeannine, I think this was the first thing that came to her mind.
Heck yeah.
So choose cheaper cuts. So you can definitely have a great barbecue by opting for less expensive cuts of meat like chicken thighs, drumsticks. Pork shoulder is usually
it's pretty affordable,
pretty inexpensive. Skirt steak.
But you left something off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did I leave off? Let's go.
You left off pork belly. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's, Jeannine, one of her favorites is
so
pork
delicious.
belly. So absolutely.
And there's pork cheeks. There's other pieces of pork that will taste delicious smoked. So
pork cheeks. Okay. Now I'm familiar with the beef cheeks.
Yeah.
Pork cheeks. Mm-hmm. All right. You guys in the comments, that's a new one for me. But, I know especially when you do like a whole hog, you can pretty much.
Oh, tenderloin.
Get into everything. All right. Q Belly says, yep, pork tenderloin. That's another good one. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Bruce says, I had a budget lesson given to me this week. My wife informed me that our 8th grade gamer will have school and uniform fees for school this month. Yep, that'll hit you.
Yeah.
And my custom grill has been placed on hold until next month. Oh no.
That's
No, but
okay.
we absolutely that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely got to keep our priorities straight, you
Yeah.
know, and the kids absolutely come first.
And those uniforms, they're expensive. You know, you can get them pants. If it's a girl, maybe you got to get a skirt or a jumper and pants because it's going to be wintertime at a certain point. That adds up. You know, tops, blouses, you know, shirts. Yeah, uniforms are
Well,
expensive. People think that you know, they're not, but they are.
but I would argue that the expense is more up front
I
at the
agree.
beginning.
Which is why Bruce's grill was placed on hold for a
But then,
month.
you know, but then you can also look at it from the other side, which means if your kid is wearing a uniform to school, you don't have to buy as many, you know, like the back to school shopping, the designer clothes and all of that, because you know the dress that you're going to be wearing for school is kind of already predetermined.
See, that's a male perspective because it really is.
Okay.
Because the reality is you're buying for the school uniform, you know, and then they don't wear a uniform on the weekend, so they got to have something to wear. So you're going to be buying extra clothes at some point. So
All right,
just
I mean, I
FYI.
was trying to look at the silver lining in the situation, but okay. All right. Okay, Jeff says here in Pennsylvania, pork is the most economical meat.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think that pork tends to be cheaper, I think, across the board. Like I kind of see a lot of fluctuations sometimes, like with chicken, especially whole
You can
chickens.
get some good deals.
But pork seems to usually be,
Steady.
yeah, pretty steady and less expensive. You know, beef is usually up at the top,
Right.
still waiting on, you know, the price of brisket to come down.
Where do you stand on fish?
Kind of depends on the fish.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it depends on the fish.
You can get some good deals
Not
that
really,
aren't
not
top
necessarily
level.
that cheap either.
No,
though.
but you can get a less expensive type of fish, you know, you can work with.
But is it good though? Like, what type of fish are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know if it's good though. I mean, now you're adding extra to it, but yeah. But there are fish options that aren't going to be that expensive, but are they that tasty? Are they meaty enough for a cook?
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
what is it called? Tilapia.
It's not my favorite fish.
I think that one is usually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of that either. I mean, I like salmon, catfish.
Gosh.
Have a red snapper
Yes.
that I picked up a few weeks ago.
Bring
Got it
it.
in the freezer, and I hear those are really tasty. You know,
Perch.
smoked
Did you ever
red
have
snapper.
perch?
So I'm looking
So
forward to
good.
doing that. Perch. I feel like I've had that like fried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So fish, I think it can vary though.
I think so too.
You know, and also then there's the difference between like wild caught and then farmed. I personally prefer the wild caught.
That's expensive though.
Yeah, I think it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I don't know if it's true or not, but you know, I tend to hear that, you know, the wild caught tends to be healthier,
Oh, I
you
see.
know, across the board. So I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that in the comments as well. All right, what do we have next? All right, Bruce says, I will have my grill by Labor Day weekend. All right, now that's not far though.
No,
that's not
It's
far.
like a month away.
Yeah, so that's a small
Concession.
slight delay. But yeah, so Bruce is keeping his focus, not going to lose sight, you know, and getting his new grill.
That's right.
All right, next slide. And Bruce says, "Teach, Jeannine, teach. Now, don't encourage her. All she needs is a little bit of encouragement, and then you know there she goes."
Hey, isn't that? I mean, that's why I'm here to kind of add a little bit my personal flavor.
Moving on, Q Belly says, "All you got to do is buy chicken drums, making lollipops, and bam, fancy, inexpensive dinner that will still impress your guests. Yeah?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good tip.
And I really do I like the dark meat. And it's just, for me, it's like if you have to choose between the white meat and the dark meat because your budget is kind of a little tight, I say go dark meat all day long. It's so much flavor, and that's where the moisture is. And
yeah, the thighs are definitely going to be more juicy, like than the breast for sure.
Yeah, breast
I'm
dry
thinking
out.
about the lollipops though. You know what? I still have not done lollipops. So we need to do that. Like that could be
need to do that.
Could be a video. Yeah, but I need my sous chef.
I'll buy it.
To help.
That's easy. I can go to a lot of places.
Gotta get them formed, into the lollipops. So I need some help.
You might have to call and produce the errand. Right. I'll buy the meat.
Okay, Aaron, what do we have on the next slide? Embrace the veggies.
That's right.
So we've talked about this. So absolutely grill a variety of veggies like corn on the cob, zucchini, eggplant, onions, peppers. They add delicious flavors.
Oh, you forgot another one.
Textures to barbecue. Okay. What did I?
Potatoes. Where are they? Oh my God. Sweet potatoes, white potatoes. Oh, so tasty and so inexpensive. And that's a meal in itself, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. The potatoes are good. Sweet potatoes. Of course, my mind then starts to go to like a loaded potato. So
you could do a twice baked one. There's so many ways to have a potato, and that's a stretch for sure. It fills you up, but it's tasty and it's cheap. So that works for me.
Yes, but see, potatoes. I guess
them.
but it's a starch.
Love it.
Starchy veg.
It's so delicious though. And if you smoke it, you're not frying it, so that's way better, right? So yeah.
How good are potatoes really for you though?
Well, how good do they taste when you smoke them?
I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. You kind of wear me out because every time I have the potatoes on,
and you put these potatoes on.
Can you put a potato on?
Absolutely.
We need to get some more variety.
Do you know why? Because when you put it on the smoker, it's so good. It cooks all the way through. It just has the right consistency. It's delicious. And if you were to throw it in the oven, it takes forever. But if you throw it in the microwave, it's hit or miss. The smoker is like the solution for the potato. Trust me.
All right. I mean, yeah, we got that down. We got that down. The potato on the smoker for sure. A correctional officer also says beans and rice are nice too. Yeah.
I think so too. I like to get some. You used to smoke a lot of beans at one point. You were smoking them fairly regularly, and then you kind of.
Yeah, I was doing. I like
get
to
a barbecue
repurpose
one.
it. Like to do the barbecue beans with like some shredded pork
or brisket. Like you've done both.
Level it up with some some sauce, barbecue sauce in there to really make it. Make it good and savory.
I think we need to bring that back because now that you're talking about it, it's really making me want it, which is very interesting.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, and that's a good stretch, especially if you're repurposing. That's perfect, right? So that's going to keep your budget from, expanding.
Right. But see, this is the problem. See, we're always kind of thinking about the meat element. So yeah, when I put this slide together, I was kind of thinking more, the pure, veggie, like here. Now here's Aaron says, Google says that potatoes are a good source of fiber, vitamins like vitamin C, minerals, antioxidants, and resistant starch. And they also are low in calories, fat-free, and sodium-free. Okay, so those are all good reasons to keep doing the potatoes.
And most of the nutrients are in the skin, and it's the skin that takes on the smoke flavor, and it's delicious. So I'm owed a potato.
Now you're owed a potato. Aaron also says, also potassium, an electrolyte which aids in the workings of our heart, muscles, and nervous system. All right.
You need to come to our side, to the potato side.
We just have it so much. So I like to, work in a more of a variety.
Yes, you do.
So we need to go to the farmer's market and we need to, pick up some other things in addition.
We could do that tomorrow.
All right. What do we have next?
Oh, yes.
Yes. And we kind of just talked about this. So go for the homemade side. So instead of running out buying the store-bought, make your own potato salad, coleslaw. Even I'm not a big fan of coleslaw, but
I'm not either.
You can, people love to have coleslaw at their barbecues.
I love potato salad, Lord.
Baked beans, mac and cheese, and you can make them tastier and more affordable than the store-bought versions.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm still, looking forward. I got to do the mac and cheese.
Yeah,
got to bring that back too. Get away from, Aaron is listening. Got to move away from that Kraft mac and cheese, Aaron. We got to try get some mac and cheese on the smoker. Got to level up your palate.
I have to stick up for Erin. She does appreciate a good Kraft mac and cheese, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I agree with you as well.
The order is in, says Jeff. Potatoes this weekend, so let it be written and let it be done.
That's right. Let's make it happen.
All right. What do we have next?
It could be a challenge. We could get people to show us their potatoes.
Yeah, maybe for the Backyard SmokeMaster Society, our online membership group, maybe that'll be a good challenge.
It just might be.
All right, now Bruce says, don't forget about the banana pudding for dessert with cobblers and ice cream. Yeah.
I'm not a banana pudding person. So for me,
I'm not a banana. I don't really care for banana.
But you do like cobbler.
I love some cobbler, man. A good peach cobbler.
And they have other ones too, like blackberry, and there's some variety out there in the cobbler world.
Yeah, and you can do these desserts on the smoker. Absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, now Aaron says, keep my name out of your mouth. All right, he's getting a little feisty back there.
Going Will Smith on you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yep. Jeff says mac and cheese really benefits from a touch of smoke.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that.
I think it just brings out that cheese flavor. Cheese tastes good smoked. I can't imagine what cheese and pasta will do when it's smoked. That just feels right.
It's yeah. I'm getting kind of pumped up here. Just getting some ideas, some new things to get out on the smoker for sure. All right, what do we have next? All right, make your own marinades, sauces, and rubs. So this is a great way to save money, also to kind of keep yourself from getting caught up in the, buying different rubs.
Just because there's a famous face on the, on the bottle or whatever, you don't have to fall for that.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it, absolutely, and trying out different things, but you can also make your own stuff. So, create your own using simple ingredients like herbs, spices, vinegar, and oil. And obviously this gives you more, control over flavors and helps save money. So, I think that's a key tip. As I say that, though, I know I just ordered a whole bunch of rubs.
From where?
From Suckle Busters.
Oh, well, that's okay too. You didn't say don't do it. You just said you can kind of stretch your dollar more by, also, adding and creating your own.
Well, yeah, like I think, if you do find a brand that you do like, and you do want to support, maybe try to keep it, to just a few brands. And while we're, I don't know if Joe is still watching, but I know Joe, Joe has some good stuff out.
Oh, Q-Belly?
Yeah, Q Bellies.
Wow.
He's got like I think it's a mustard barbecue sauce. Should try and pull that up. So give him
a plug, because
and a shout out there. So absolutely, support some of the smaller guys, who are out here grinding.
Well, I think not only grinding, but making a good product, right? So it's kind of both, right? So
yeah. All right, why don't you read? Okay, Joe is still here, so you read the next one. I'm gonna try to get this up.
All right. Well, we need producer Aaron to advance it to the next slide because we just talked about this.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this, but you're being asked if there are different herbs and spices that you prefer different seasons. So something you might want to use more in the fall or the winter time versus the spring and summer.
Oh, during different seasons.
Mm-hmm. Are you cooking more meats during certain times where you're using different rubs? Like, are you doing, like, we just did a huge
Not
chicken.
Really.
Well, we just did like a big chicken cook, and I know you use a certain rub for that, but I think you might use that rub year round. So, I
guess my view is, barbecue is year round.
That's right.
So, I'm not really looking at it from a seasonal type perspective. I mean, maybe, obviously Thanksgiving, everyone's ready to do the turkey.
There's nothing wrong with turkey.
Yeah, no,
and you didn't even mention turkey in that one slide. And turkey can be affordable. So.
It can be kind of expensive too. Kind of depends on how you're sourcing the turkey.
But what if you get a deal? Like you got a deal in the fall, right? And it's Thanksgiving and everybody's selling turkeys and giving them to you for free and all that stuff. And then you just throw it in the freezer and then you whip it out sometime during the year and cook it.
Yeah, but then you got to be careful though, because you can get a cheap turkey that's been pumped up with, a bunch of salt and, whatnot, So, I mean, if you really want to control like the salt intake, the salt flavor.
A natural one.
Yeah, I think you
and they're not cheap.
Any cheap turkey.
The natural ones aren't that cheap. They're not the ones at the grocery stores are giving away. So maybe that won't be a solution.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on here. Now let's see. Let me try and get this up here. Why is it?
Oh, look, you just got an offer.
It's looking a little bit weird. Okay. Joe says, I need to send you my rub. Amazing on chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now I'm trying to get, let me get Joe's up here. Here we go.
All
right, guys. Now let me take a moment to dap up Q Belly's barbecue. So make sure you go check him out on his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm showing it right here. And he's a good follow because he's constantly got, stuff that he's putting up on his page. Joe's a professional cook, pop-up shop, does catering.
Yeah.
And, I love the grind, love the hustle. I think this is the famous queso taco that I'm still need to I need to experience in person.
I think we might need to split it amongst a couple people.
This is good. See, because I'm trying it when we head towards Southern California,
and we'll be there.
We got to venture out, and make sure we check out Joe.
Yeah.
And let's see, I think down here, here, Joe has his...
Oh, it's jalapeno.
His spicy jalapeno rub.
That's for you, because, me and the jalapenos, wow.
Gotta check that out. And let's see, I'm trying to see if there's something here that has the mustard, which I have a couple of bottles of, and I haven't tried it yet. I need to break it out, Oh, here we go. Here's the
Oh,
smoking chicken lollipop.
they're super cute.
They're
Oh
cute.
my God. Yeah.
So we gotta. This is what I'm saying. I see. I gotta watch that. Gotta figure out how to do that lollipop.
Yeah, I think even producer Ann can do that. This is. Oh wait, she said don't put her name in our mouths.
That's
So
right.
oh Lord,
That's right.
she's gonna get us now.
All right. So anyway, just to show my appreciation, Joe, I believe was the very first like non-relative guest that I had on the podcast going back probably about 2 years ago. So forever indebted, for that. And, Joe is just a real nice, cool guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, just wanted to give him a little bit of love there. So make sure you go check out the Q Bellies page over on Instagram.
All right.
Okay, so sorry, but I got a little bit sidetracked. So yeah, to get back to Bruce's question, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't kind of look at the spices. Have a real preference for different seasons.
Yeah.
But maybe some of the guys here in the comments might have some ideas about that. I think Aaron, you were about to show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Jeff says seasonal spices is an interesting idea. Sage, yeah, I agree with this. Sage says fall to me. It's such a big part of Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe sage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have to give that some more thought, though. All right, so what else do we have?
Hey.
All right, Brandon says, hello, everybody from Kansas City.
Yeah.
All right, okay, I'm going to try not to get in my feelings. Kansas City knocked off my 49ers for a second time in the Super Bowl. I'm still a little bitter on that.
Yeah, but we still want to go there and eat all the good food.
Yes.
So that's not going to stop us from going there just because they beat your team twice.
I just saw the KC and got a little triggered.
Yeah, don't get triggered because if the food is on point, we're not going to turn it down.
Absolutely. Okay. As far as places I like to go for food,
that's
Kansas
right.
City's on the list.
It's like high on the list. It's not just on the list.
Yeah, very high on the list, as well as Memphis.
That's right.
And then not so much for the barbecue, although the barbecue scene could be really good there. Mm-hmm. Also, New Orleans is on my list.
Yeah, I don't know that the barbecue scene is that good, but I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just saying I think that there are some other places that are known. I think the Cajun food and, just that kind of, I'm looking for a different kind of food from New Orleans. Sorry.
I mean, there could be like a scene. It could be a fusion type scene.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
Yeah. My palate is hoping for something else from New Orleans. I just throw that out there.
Okay.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no to New Orleans. I'm just saying I wasn't going there thinking barbecue. I'm sorry.
All right. So once again, we have the address up there for you if you want to check out Q Bellies, Instagram.com/QBellies BBQ. All right, let's get back into it.
All right.
Got some more comments. Let's also get the presentation back.
Yeah.
But yeah, correctional officer says I'm going to have to check out Q Bellies. Yeah, absolutely. He's, I'm not saying it just because, he's like a friend of mine, but I do think that he has one of the best barbecue Instagram pages that you can find. New content every day. And, Joe's doing some amazing stuff. All right. Oh. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Thank you for the love. Feelings are mutual, and I'm always here to support you guys. I appreciate that. That's a good brother right there. All right. Jeff just purchased some rubs.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Nice.
That is good.
Nice. And Jeff says, thanks for the tip, Joe. Just ordered a Q Bellies package to try.
All right.
Right on. All right. We're making things happen here in the Backyard SmokeMaster community.
See, Texas, and you didn't mention Texas, but I want to go back because of the barbecue.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Brandon says, for the record, I'm born and raised in Kansas City. Texas barbecue is better. Oh, okay. That's a bold statement. He's saying Texas. He likes the Texas barbecue better than the Kansas City.
Kind of see that.
I mean, yeah, we're really impressed. When we made our
delicious.
last trip to Texas,
It was so good. It was
definitely
ridiculous.
like the
was
Texas
mouth-watering.
barbecue scene
Yeah.
for sure. I think Kansas City, it might be the sauce, right? It could be the sauce influence,
More
a little
vinegar.
bit difference in the Kansas City area.
Yeah.
But then he says, so are the Chiefs.
And that's not good.
I'm gonna let that go. Let that go. All right, what's the next slide?
You're trying to hurt my man's feelings now.
All right, we're all getting into our football feelings. As Bruce says, go Bears.
Oh, God, Bruce,
Caleb
hang it up.
appears to be settling in. I'll be pulling for Caleb.
We will, because he's a Trojan.
USC Trojan.
Absolutely.
And
We're fight on.
Hoping he does well. Just lay off on the different fingernail polish and all of that. I don't know how well that's going to fly in the Midwest. Just, stay focused on your craft. All right. Shop smart. Yeah, this goes without saying. I think this would speak directly to you, right? So look for sales, discounts, and coupons on meat and produce.
And a lot of it is digital, so I like the fact that you have the digital coupon, because you can, look ahead of time, see what might be on sale. And, and it's funny. So I have a friend who has made friends with like almost every butcher that there is at a lot of these stores, and she gets leads. They'll tell her when meat's going on sale. They will hold special cuts for her.
You're talking about Karen.
Of course, Karen is like, she works her network, and and she's charming, and they love her, and they treat her good, and they give her very good cuts of meat. So it's just something to consider and think about. Maybe befriend your butcher, your local butcher.
And I've heard that too.
Yeah,
I've heard that too. Maybe I'll need to.
You got to make some more friends.
Try and do that myself.
Absolutely,
try and cut them up a little bit.
Yeah, because they tip her off all the time, so she's always in the know about when things are coming back. Oh, this is gonna be on sale in a couple weeks. Just wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I hear you now.
All right. And then also consider buying in bulk whenever possible, and freeze your leftovers for later use.
Yeah.
See, now we're not so good at that part, though.
We will freeze it, but we won't necessarily
we won't do anything with it. And part of it is because I'm ready to try something else.
Yeah, by the time it's gotten frozen, your attention has gone in a different direction.
Right.
Yeah, that is a bit of something we could work on. I would definitely say so.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be perfect all the time.
All right. Brandon says, to be fair, the restaurants here depend on sauce more than rubs.
I think that's pretty fair.
The Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and I guess I'm of the mindset that your barbecue should be able to stand up on its own. I mean, sauce should be optional. And
that's what we found at a lot of the Texas locations, is they had sauce, but it wasn't on the meat, which was just perfect because you really could taste the meat. So because I would dib and dab into different sauces because I'm curious, right? And I want to know, should I be ordering something, put it in my suitcase? But other than that, yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, I mean, Texas barbecue, I think, it boils down, the smoke as a flavor, and you're probably talking mesquite.
They had a lot of oak. Those oak trees were everywhere.
And then generally, as far as like the seasoning, salt and pepper primarily, not really going too crazy with a lot of different stuff, and just making sure everything is tender. Yeah. They're doing it really well down there. So yeah,
really
I love the Texas barbecue. All right. Bruce says, my wife is a coupon queen. We have been together since 1996. Aww. And even back then, she would master using coupons on date nights. You used to be really big on the
I
coupon.
used to be, but to do it well, it's like a hobby, like, and you got to be like on it. And I found that as we had Aaron, and then our careers kind of took off a bit. I didn't have that kind of time, so I kind of pulled back and did what I thought was kind of reasonable. So I will look around, and I'd rather do it that way than try to have a lot of
Well,
coupons. They have
yeah,
to be
now
managed.
see, and then this one will locate where the deal is, and she'll drive 20 miles,
Heck yeah.
to get to it. And I'm kind of like, man, that money that you think you're saving, you're burning it up on gas and
Yeah,
wear
but
and tear on the car.
that's part of the excitement of the deal. You hunt down your deals. So sorry
Right,
about that. But
right,
I have a hybrid now, so I can go farther, longer.
right. Okay, all right. And correctional officer says the Midwest relies heavily on sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think as you go to different regions, the sauce, the sauce flavor, the profile can change.
I agree.
Like I think the Kansas City sauce is going to be probably more, I think it's tomato based.
Acidic, Yeah.
And then you have like kind of like your Memphis scene, which is going to be a little bit different. I think I know this, but like maybe in the South, like Atlanta, that area might be more sweet,
Yeah.
Influence. So, it definitely can vary, based on region, which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool.
All right. So
I'm not anti-sauce. I
what's
just want
number
to
6?
have it on the side.
On the side.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You can also bulk up
Oh,
on burgers, stretch your ground meat, add some breadcrumbs. I like to make them into
smash burgers.
no, I'm thinking of like the meatballs.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Meatballs.
Yeah. But I like the
Um,
smash burgers.
then some people like to, add some other things. I'm not so much into this, but adding like oats and grated vegetables. This can make your burgers more filling and reduce the amount of meat needed.
See, I thought you were gonna say like maybe mixing two meats, so
Yeah.
that would have like got my attention, like, oh yeah. But like
So
oats
Porter, I
or
think it's called Porter Road,
mm-hmm.
online meat delivery company. We really love. They have a bacon beef combo.
Yeah.
Aaron's a big fan of that.
Yeah.
And that is really good for
Mm-hmm.
meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another one. I don't know how many people are even familiar with that, but that would be kind of interesting to, let people know.
Well, I just did.
I
What do
mean,
you
like with
mean?
the website and, that kind of thing. So look, they have a coupon. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I'm gonna see.
Oh, it looks so good. Oh my gosh.
All right, well let me try and get this up on the screen
All right.
since you asked.
Oh yeah, because they're legit. They're a good company, and their meat is spectacular. So
Yeah, but see, I mean, I'm not getting any kind of kickback on this or
you're not.
anything,
You're not. So that just makes it even better. And not for us, but for them, right?
All right.
Oh, I love it.
See if I can find. Where is it?
I didn't realize they made breakfast sausage. That sounds delicious, actually.
Uh,
Oh, see the jowl. You missed it. There, it's bacon. It's
oh, yeah,
basically
your
bacon.
pork jowl.
Yes,
Right.
and it's delicious.
No, I'm trying to find the bacon beef.
Oh, I didn't realize they had shanks. I could get my shanks from them.
Yeah, I haven't ordered from them in a while.
And that's actually a good stretch. So that's one that you missed as well on your list. So, going back in history, right? There are a lot of pieces of meat that, historically weren't eaten by everybody. And one of them was, those kinds of like, the shanks and the, those hawks, the things that, they didn't want to eat, but we like. they're delicious and they flavor so nice. You know, you could put them in greens, you could put them in green beans, and that's a meal. That's
Well,
a stretch
absolutely.
meal, and it's delicious.
Well, there's your skirt steak.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, maybe they don't have the bacon beef anymore, but I mean, I see they have a whole lot
my
of,
God.
a good variety of cuts.
Yeah, delicious. I'm ready to just like eat it now.
You can get a brisket blend.
Yeah, it's a lot of good choice. Ooh, look at those little beef bacon
And they have
ends. That
beef
sounds
bacon
delicious.
ends.
Yeah.
Can't believe do they not have the bacon
So they
beef
had a
anymore.
smash burger blend. If you scroll back up a little bit.
I want to see where's the bacon beef.
All right. Well, I didn't see it, honey.
Here it is.
Oh, ho, ho.
Beef versus bacon.
Okay.
Yeah. This is some good stuff right here. So if you haven't checked out Porter Road,
Yeah.
they do a good job.
And
And this one is really good.
And
Definitely
they're fast,
recommend it.
right? Like it seems like you place the order and
Yeah.
it comes pretty quick.
Yeah, they get their shipments out, promptly for sure. All right.
All right.
All right, let's move on though. We don't want to give them too much of a
No, we don't. But
Free
in terms of
promo.
stretching your dollar, it's a pretty good way.
All right. Okay. So what do we have? Okay. So correctional officer says the sell by date might give you a deal on buying certain cuts of meat.
Yeah. You know who does that a lot? Sam's Club. You can go there and get the top level meat, and if it's getting a little close to the date, you get a really good discount. Costco doesn't do it as much, but Sam's Club will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've bought a few things, especially if you're going to cook it right away. Then it's a deal, and it's a good choice cut of meat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. What do
Bruce
we
is
have
right.
up for number 7? And correctional officer says, good one. Those sell by date discounts are great for picking up extras to stock in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think at Sam's Club, don't they usually? Well, sometimes I see them, with a bright yellow.
Yeah, they have a yellow
sticker
sticker.
on it.
Right, so it gets your attention, and you can save a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Q-Belly's Joe says if you had $15 to spend on a low budget dinner, what would you buy? It's got to be a full meal.
Wow.
You only had $15.
This is me.
Well,
My
budget
full
dinner.
meal would be, I would get a ham shank, and then I would get either some greens or some green beans, and then some potatoes that maybe my husband smoked or not. And that would be, for me, one of the most delicious meals. And I could have that for several days and be quite content.
So just the shank, that's your only meat.
That's the only, and it's enough. You get a couple shanks, right? So you're not going to just get one because, it's a bone too. So you get to pick the bone. The bone is flavor, but then you pick the bone out and you're left with all that delicious juice and meat. And it's good. You could add a little bit more. You could maybe make some pasta or something and sort of level it up, but it's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds pretty
It's
good.
delicious.
I was definitely going to let you answer that because
Yeah.
you're more in tune with the prices
Yeah. Pork all the way.
and stuff. But
And
yeah,
switch it up.
Definitely think pork would be the way to
Yeah.
go.
Switch it up. Maybe do pork belly. Oh my God. And that will work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love that pork belly,
It's
the
delicious.
pork belly burnt in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Joe, I know you probably have some ideas.
Yeah,
Would like
what
to
are
know,
yours?
Yeah, what you would do, with a $15 dinner budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, correctional officer says we're going to get Sam's Club on board.
That's right.
For Jeannine's excellent plug.
That's right.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Get that Sam's Club Walmart connection.
That would be great.
And I do, just kind of off topic, just in thinking about it, in terms of, I'm just thinking about Sam's Club and Costco.
Yeah.
And, in terms of their kind of like being more in tuned and friendly and just having more options related to barbecue. I think Sam's Club, by far, does way more, you know, that the connection to barbecue that Sam's Club is extremely greater than I think it is for Costco.
Yeah, I agree.
They seem to have like barbecue accessories.
Yeah, they do.
Pretty much like year round. And
they have a lot of seasonings too.
In the summertime. Yeah. And they have good seasonings.
Yeah. They have a barbecue aisle. Like I was pretty tempted to buy you a couple things at one point, and then I went to like a whole different direction. But yeah.
Yeah. I think they seem to be much more, kind of plugged in to the barbecue world, and it's not even close to me.
It's not. I just don't think that's where Costco wants to play.
Probably not. I guess not.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a moment here, speaking of doing some plugs and that type of thing. So if you're tuning into the podcast and maybe this is your first time tuning in, I'd like to say thank you. And if you haven't already, please go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. We're definitely trying to continuously build our community, but you also kind of get a feel for how this community is, right? The big thing that I'm trying to encourage is for people to share their knowledge, share their experiences about barbecue, their love for barbecue. I think we all learn and get better, by learning from each other and, not being just isolated and trying to figure everything out on your own.
Right.
Take advantage of that shared experience. And another thing that we've done to even for people who are really passionate, excited, who love barbecue, big fans of barbecue, is we do have a online membership community called Backyard SmokeMaster Society. There are a few guys who have been on in the comments today who are part of that community. Joe from Q Bellies, Bruce from Bruce, aka Correctional Officer for Lockdown. Jeff has been on. He's also in the community. So the community, we just reopened it again. So it's opened it up today. Going to keep it open for new signups through Labor Day. So definitely would love to have you come into the community. Some of the things that we do, really exciting. And I think what the guys really love is, we get together, and we do have like a virtual meetup. So it's kind of like this, except the difference on the virtual meetup is that you can turn on your camera, so we can see you. You can put the camera on your smoker, show us what you're cooking, in real time. We had a great time on the 4th of July doing that. And we do that at least once a month. In addition to that, we also have barbecue challenges. So like someone suggested earlier that something that we might want to do is maybe have a challenge around, what veggies can you get onto your grill or smoker. Also have like a monthly master class, which is basically like a deep dive video that I'll send out with lessons on different barbecue recipes and topics. And basically, it's a lot like Facebook, but it's an online membership community that's not in Facebook. So it's separate. It's very much more exclusive. So again, we're going to be open for about another month or so, and would love to have you come on in and join the Backyard SmokeMaster Society. So if this is something that you're interested in, you can get more information at backyardsmokemaster.com/community. And then, you can also just reach out to me on social media. You can shoot me an email, Kenyatta@backyardsmokemaster.com. Hit me up in the comments on YouTube. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. So I'd love to, answer whatever questions you might have, and would love to have you be a part of the community. All right. All right, let's get back to.
Okay, so we looked at this one. Yeah.
Okay, I think we just talked about this one.
We
bulk
did.
up on burgers. But we do have a comment from Bruce, who's part of the society. Says, Wednesday is usually thought to be the best day of the week to shop for meats too. Oh no, see, I didn't know that. Now you're like a pseudo professional shopper. What do you think?
I don't know. I hadn't really heard that, so maybe I'll have to see if that's the case.
Well, no, it seems like the circulars.
They usually end on a Tuesday.
Yeah, but don't we get like circulars in the mail?
We do.
That come. I feel like they come on Wednesdays.
Right, and they're good for about a week. They end on Tuesdays, and then a new one comes on Wednesday.
Okay. All right.
It's probably true.
Probably true, but you're not giving a full on.
Not yet. I gotta try it out.
Like an amen to that.
Nope, not yet.
All right. So Jeannine's gonna check that out, Bruce.
I am.
So
I'm gonna put it to the test.
We'll see. Yeah, if she ends up agreeing with that, but you could be right.
I think he's on to something.
Okay. All right. What do we have next? All right. Jeff says, for the $15 challenge.
Oh, yeah.
A small pork loin roast, assortment of peppers, love peppers on the grill.
No, wait a minute.
Direct what?
How small could that pork loin roast be? Where you have a budget of $15, is it $10 that you're spending on the roast?
I think you can get a decent sized pork loin under
$10.
I think so.
Okay then.
I mean,
are you saying amen to that?
Okay, I think Jeff knows what he's talking about.
I did not know.
On the 4th of July in the Backyard SmokeMaster Society, we did our virtual cookout.
Yeah.
And this was correctional officer's brainchild right here on the podcast. He suggested it and we made it happen.
That's right.
And during that cookout, Jeff actually had smoked a small pork loin.
Okay,
he did it, so he knows.
So
about pork loin.
we need another challenge, and maybe it is a $15 challenge. What can you grill? What can you smoke for $15 or less?
We have a virtual. Well, we have our next virtual meetup coming up. Not this Saturday. I think it's like August. Tomorrow's the 3rd, the 10th. I think it's on the 17th.
Okay.
But yeah, so that might be interesting.
It's a great idea.
Okay, but Jeff said again, for $15, he'd do a small pork loin roast, assortment of peppers, direct grilled, corn on the cob.
Yeah. All
of it can be cooked on the grill, and $15 would cover it. All right, Jeff. So yeah, Jeannine is curious. How big is the pork loin? Is it a couple of pounds? Is it at least 4 pounds? That's my question. 4 or 5 pounds. How big is it?
Because that would feed what? How many people?
That's going to feed a lot of people.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Oh. Right?
Okay. Oh, $2 per pound.
Yeah,
that's pretty reasonable.
$2 per pound.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, you could get like a 4 pound pork loin for about $8.
Yeah, that sounds good. All righty. I did not know. So I'm getting schooled on this one.
That's right.
And I like it.
Don't come for the society.
I am not coming for the society. I'm coming for knowledge from the society. Okay. Different.
All right, what do we have next? Okay, Q Bellies. Joe says, I'd probably go with a whole chicken, $8. Some mini red potatoes, $4, and some grilled corn, $3. Yeah,
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, corn. Oh my God, it was like 27 cents each. And that was fresh corn. Right. I was like really surprised how much corn you could actually buy.
I like the mini red potatoes too.
Me too.
Yeah, and the whole chicken.
Yeah,
I mean,
very flavorful. I
yeah,
think this could be a good one.
you could go real far with the whole chicken.
Yes, you can.
I like that. All right. And Joe says, I've been super busy, but I'm planning on joining you guys very soon.
Cool.
Yeah, Joe. Well, like I said, Joe is doing this for a living, so he's got that grind going. So definitely understand. Again, just appreciate
Absolutely.
that you're part of the society. And whenever you have the time, we definitely love to see you. And I know the guys will just pick up a lot of good tips and things from you as well. So yeah, Joe, like I said, if you haven't already, follow Q Bellies on Instagram. Great way to get good inspiration. Lots of great ideas.
Yeah.
Coming from the Q Bellies page. Cyber testimony here. This podcast is beyond words and is with great people. Kenyatta and Jeannine are great people with a great platform.
Aww.
Amen. Well, thank you.
That's
thank you,
nice.
Bruce. Always have appreciated your ongoing support.
Absolutely.
And your kind words. And absolutely, again, we get our energy and motivation, just from these comments. That's what really keeps it going, and that's what makes it really special. So
and fun.
Yeah, and fun. So it's the feedback that we're getting, from you. Like I said, it's the engine that drives the show. All right. What is slide number 7? Let's get that up. Oh, and hey, there's Marco. Marco says, hey all, sorry I'm joining way late. Hope everyone is well. No need to apologize. You're here. That's the most important thing. So even just tuning in whenever you can, greatly appreciate it. So glad you were able to catch us, Marco. All right, host a barbecue.
What?
That's right. This is a great way to keep your costs down, invite friends and family to contribute.
Not just freeload.
Don't just have them come and, eat up all your food, but, ask them to bring some sides if they know what they're doing. Desserts or drinks.
If they know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
It's got a caveat in that one.
Can definitely help take some of the financial pressure off.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Next up.
Very cool, Aaron.
Producer Aaron is asleep at the wheel. She must be multitasking or something.
We do this pretty well. I'm a huge fan of repurposing food, and he'll make it and I'll put it into something else that he hasn't seen in a while. I will food process it. I like that.
I used to kind of get a little agitated.
You were offended. You need to use the right word. The word was offended.
My masterpiece, and then the next thing I know, it's
it's a taco.
And blended.
That's right.
Sliced and diced and put into something
and
else.
Reused, and it tastes just as good.
I've come around, let that go, and actually, it's a great way, to make sure you're not wasting food, because especially if it's a small household like ours, you need to figure out different ways to stretch out that meal. So
or if we have too much, I try to deliver. You kind of look at me sideways and give me side eye. Well, you give my food away, but I'm like, my cousin
that's from when I first got into this. I've evolved.
You have, because I talked to my cousin Cara yesterday. She's like, can you add me to the barbecue list? I go, what list is that? The one where Ken has too much food and he just needs somebody to help. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm getting requests now. Okay. So that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, because we can't eat all that food.
No, we can't. And so that's why I put in other things. And now I'm going to be delivering, I guess, my own little version of, I don't know.
All right, now here comes
Uber Eats or whatever.
Here comes Bruce with
Oh no, the
the
temptation.
weekly. All right, the pig picking parties are great too. Hint, hint.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I need
Mm.
I need the right tool,
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
so.
to smoke this hog.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have an idea of what
You
it
have a
could
vision.
be. Yeah, yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Jeff says leftover recipes.
Oh.
Another challenge for the society.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Repurpose.
that's a good. Yeah, that would be another good challenge.
I feel like repurposing is like honoring the food in a different way, right? It's kind of like we're not going to let it go to waste. We're going to use it in a slightly different way and it's going to taste delicious. So for me, I thought it was like flattery, but you were a little offended.
No, like I said, yeah, early on, I was like, wait a minute. You know, that's not the way I intended it to go. But no, like I said, I've evolved,
Yeah.
and it, you know, it makes all the sense in the world.
Good.
You know, like Peak 930 says, you know, brisket and pork belly into sliced, shredded taco
Absolutely.
salads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I mean, it actually, it makes it even better, you know, than what you could get, you know, at some, you know, fast food joint.
And you're
you know.
paying so much less, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Chili.
Right. Oh, and chili. That's right.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Actually, that's I love chili, so that maybe I will try to get you
Yeah, I'm thinking
with your
my
brisket,
next.
please.
Yep, that's
That
what I
would
was
be
about
good.
to say. My next brisket.
Just give me some extra meat and I'll
You
put it
know,
in
we
a
could do
chili.
some chili,
Some delicious.
some tacos.
Yeah, and then I'll deliver because
Yeah,
that's important too.
yeah. Got to do that pretty
We do.
soon. All right. What's number 9?
Oh,
Okay, now I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings out there. I know, you know,
Okay.
the whole, you know, let's be out by the smoker, you know, with a nice cold one, you know, but yeah, if you're serving alcohol, you make it a bring your own beverage, you know, or keep it simple.
yeah.
You know.
Don't serve alcohol, and then
Well,
that's
I was
pretty
gonna
cheap.
say, you know, like what we have here, you know, do simple stuff, beer, wine,
Yeah.
sangria, you know, keep the top shelf stuff, you know, in the cabinet somewhere and don't get carried away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, number 10,
So there's 10. All right.
do it yourself desserts. Yeah, make your own desserts like fruit skewers, brownies, or cookies, and all of these things you can do on the grill. Absolutely, make them leveled up.
True. My sister's the queen of fruit skewers, so this is perfectly up
Right,
her alley.
right. All right, Joe says he's got to run, guys. Always a pleasure. I'll send that rub this week.
All right.
You're gonna have to do that, Joe, but you know I'm not gonna turn it down. Man. If
No.
you want to send it, I would love to try. You know, try the rub, and again, appreciate you tuning in and jumping in the comments. So have a great weekend, brother. All right, and Jeff says, "See ya, Q bellies." All right. All right, so we've got 10. Is there one more? Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
I always have a bonus for you guys.
All right.
And this will help, you know,
Ooh.
kind of one that you probably don't think about, but learn how to light and maintain your coals efficiently to avoid wasting fuel. And my tip would be is to use a charcoal chimney starter to get your coals burning. So you have your unlit coals, you know, sitting in your grill, your smoker, you know, just light up a few, you know, maybe a dozen to 15 coals. You don't have to do like a huge, large chimney full, because then, you know, that can end up being too hot. You
Right.
know, and
And it's also a bit of a waste.
that can be a waste. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe 10 to 20, get them lit up, let them ash over. That'll probably take maybe 20 minutes or so. And then dump those hot coals over the unlit coals. And it's a great way to, you know, efficiently get your coals going, get it started, you know, efficiently and relatively quickly. And yeah, and then again, the goal here is to not, waste fuel.
Because fuel's expensive too.
It can add up.
Mm-hmm.
It can definitely add up.
Yeah.
All right. And Jeff says, chimney starter is a great tip. Seems like an extra step, but it actually saves time and gets you ready to cook faster.
Agree.
Well said. That is absolutely 100% accurate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So those are the tips, on how to, be practical and have a good, effective barbecue on a budget. If you would like to get a copy of these tips, just go to backyardsmokemaster.com/budget and we will send this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then that comment.
Yeah, that's
Bruce says safety first. This is another good tip.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
Have a fire extinguisher nearby and know how to use it. Yeah, avoid grilling on wooden decks too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please be careful. Yeah, don't do that. Don't grill on a wooden deck. That could easily be a big problem. So that's a good tip.
Well,
good
it's
tip.
interesting. Costco had they just had a sale on their extinguishers, fire extinguishers. So I think they must do it maybe a couple times a year, so that you can get a deal on them. So FYI.
Yeah. And Jeff cosigns. He says definitely, Bruce. Fire extinguisher always nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. So those are the tips, and appreciate everyone for tuning in, even if it was just for a few minutes. We always, love the support, appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Again, if you haven't already, please like this video, like this podcast, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a couple of friends that who also love barbecue. Tell them about the Backyard SmokeMaster Barbecue channel. And then again, if you want to keep this connection going, we definitely welcome you to join the Backyard SmokeMaster Society. Doors are open and they'll be open through Labor Day. So we would love to have you. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate, let me see, let me kind of just go through here. We got great feedback.
Yeah, we did.
Great feedback. I always appreciate. So thank you to Joe of Q Bellies. Thank you, Jeff. Bruce, correctional officer for lockdown. Let's see. I know we saw Peak 930.
Yeah, and I think, was it Marcus joined us late? There was someone that
Yeah, and Brandon tuned in.
Yeah.
So appreciate you all for tuning in.
Absolutely.
All right. And thank you to producer Aaron.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jeannine.
Oh.
It's always a lot of fun when you come on, to help bring some energy and life to the podcast. So appreciate you all. All right. So signing off. This is Kenyatta Robinson for Jeannine. Thank you again for tuning in to the Backyard SmokeMaster Barbecue podcast. We'll be back next Friday, same time on the same platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and if you're listening on your favorite podcast player. Take care and have a great weekend. Get out there, enjoy, and use your grills and smokers, and we'll see you soon.